Sit quietly, dear one, and do not try to force sleep to come to you. For sleep is like a shy bird. When chased, it flies away, but when you become still like a tree, it returns on its own. I speak to you now, not as a teacher above you, but as one who has walked the same long road of restlessness, who has also stared at the dark sky and felt the weight of thoughts pressing upon the chest like stones. I am here beside you. Listen to my breath between the words. When the night is deep and the world has grown silent, the mind often grows loud. Memories rise like ghosts. Regrets knock like old visitors. Tomorrow begins to whisper its worries, and you turn from one side to the other, as if turning the body could turn the mind. But the mind is not moved by force. It softens only with understanding. Once, long before I became what people now call the Buddha, I too lay awake in the palace of my father. Silk sheets beneath me, guards at the doors, lamps glowing softly, yet sleep would not come. You may think comfort brings peace, but comfort only decorates the cage. The heart inside still trembles. I remember staring at the ceiling painted with golden lotuses, asking myself, why does this restlessness follow me even here? Tonight, you ask the same question in your own way. So come, walk with me. Let me tell you a story, not to entertain you, but to loosen the knots inside your chest. When I was young, they tried to hide the world from me. No sickness, no old age, no death. Only music, dance, and sweet perfumes. They thought if my eyes saw only beauty, my heart would remain content. But truth cannot be hidden forever. It waits patiently like the moon behind clouds. One day, I stepped outside the palace walls. I saw an old man, his back bent like a tired branch, his hair white as winter ash, his hands trembling. I asked my charioteer, "What has happened to him?" He said, "Nothing special, my prince. This happens to all who live long." To all, the words echoed in me. Not just him, not just others, even me, even you. Tonight, when you cannot sleep, perhaps it is because somewhere deep inside you sense this same truth. Life is uncertain, the body is fragile, time moves without asking permission. The mind tries to solve this by worrying, as if worry could protect you. But worry is like drinking salt water. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. Breathe slowly now. Feel the air entering your nose, cool and soft. Feel it leaving, warm and gentle. Nothing else is needed in this moment. Later, I saw a sick man, his body shaking with fever, his breath uneven. Then, I saw a corpse carried through the street, people crying behind it like broken instruments. And then I saw a wandering monk, calm, with empty hands and peaceful eyes. 4 sights, 4 arrows. They pierced the illusion of my comfortable life. That night, I also could not sleep. Not because of noise, but because of awakening. When truth knocks, sleep disappears for a while. Maybe your sleeplessness is also a small awakening. Do not curse it. Listen to it. Ask gently. Dear mind, what are you trying to show me? Do not fight your thoughts. Fighting thoughts is like fighting your shadow. Instead, sit beside them like an old friend listening to a child. When a child cries, you do not shout at it. You hold it. Hold your mind the same way. I left the palace one silent night. My wife and child sleeping peacefully. I looked at them with love deeper than the ocean, yet I knew clinging to them would not save any of us from suffering. So I stepped away, not out of coldness, but out of compassion for all beings. Sometimes peace requires letting go, not holding tighter. Perhaps tonight you are holding too tightly. holding tomorrow, holding mistakes, holding expectations. Open your hand, see how the fingers relax. Let the mind relax like that too. Years later, I sat beneath a tree, exhausted from searching. I had tried extreme fasting, harsh discipline, forcing the body into pain. I thought suffering would purify me, but pain only made the mind narrower. So I chose the middle path. Not indulgence, not torture, balance. Sleep also comes through the middle path. Not trying to sleep, not resisting wakefulness, just resting, like floating on water. If you thrash, you sink. If you trust, the water holds you. Right now, imagine you are floating on a quiet lake at night, the sky full of stars, the body weightless, the water cool and kind. You do not need to do anything to float. Existence itself supports you. In the same way, life is already supporting you. Your heart beats without effort. Your lungs breathe without command. Why then do you try to control everything else? Let go. When thoughts come, watch them like clouds passing the moon. Do not chase them. Do not analyze them. A thought only grows strong when you feed it attention. If a memory appears, smile at it. If fear appears, bow to it. Say, I see you. Seen things lose their power to haunt. Ignored things become monsters. As I sat beneath the Bodhi tree, the night grew very long. Demons of fear, desire, doubt all visited me. They whispered, "You cannot do this. You are weak. Go back." Perhaps your mind whispers the same when you lie awake, but I did not argue with them. I simply watched. When you stop fighting darkness, you notice it has no substance. It is only the absence of light. Bring gentle awareness, and darkness dissolves on its own. Feel your body now. The weight of your legs, the softness of your pillow, the slow rhythm of your breath. This moment is safe. Right now, nothing is missing. The past is gone like yesterday's dream. The future has not yet been born. Only this breath is real, and this breath is peaceful. If sleep comes, welcome it like an old friend. If sleep does not come, still rest here with me. There is no problem. Rest is not only sleeping. Rest is the absence of struggle. Even wakefulness can be restful when you stop resisting it. I sit beside you in the quiet night, under the same endless sky, telling you gently, there is nothing you must solve right now. No life decision needs to be made at midnight. No regret can be fixed in darkness. Night is for surrender. Day is for action. So surrender. Lay your burdens down one by one, like a traveler setting down heavy bags at the door. You have carried enough today. You have tried enough today. You have worried enough today. Now simply be. And if your eyes grow heavy while listening to my voice in your heart, let them close like lotus petals at dusk. If not, stay here with me a little longer, breathing, listening, softening, until the boundary between waking and dreaming disappears like mist at sunrise. Continue to rest, dear one. I am here. Come closer again, dear one. Not with your body, but with your listening. For listening is the true way of coming close. The night has not changed, yet something inside you has already softened. Perhaps your breathing has slowed without you noticing. Perhaps the tightness behind your eyes has melted a little. This is how peace returns, not like thunder, but like snow, silently, gently, flake by flake. Do not try to measure it, just allow it. When I sat beneath the tree on that long night of awakening, the earth was cool beneath me. The roots of the Bodhi tree pressed into the soil like ancient fingers holding the world together. The air carried the scent of dust and leaves. Small insects sang their thin songs. Nothing extraordinary was happening, yet everything was alive. I realized then something very simple, something so simple that the mind often overlooks it. Life is already happening without our interference. The stars do not struggle to shine. The river does not strain to flow. The wind does not attend lessons on how to blow. Only the human mind says, I must control, I must fix, I must prepare, I must solve. And because of this, you lie awake. Your body is tired, but your mind is still trying to manage tomorrow like a king rearranging pieces on a chessboard that does not yet exist. Little one, tomorrow is a dream. Why work so hard inside a dream? When you hold sand tightly in your fist, it slips away. When you open your palm, it rests there quietly. Your thoughts are the same. Let me tell you a small story. Once, a monk came to me and said, Master, my mind is like a wild monkey. It jumps everywhere. I cannot meditate. I cannot sleep. What should I do? I asked him, if a monkey is jumping in the forest, do you jump after it? He said, No, Master, I said. Then why jump after the monkey of your mind? You see, thoughts jump by nature. That is what they do. Expecting the mind to stop thinking is like expecting fire to stop being hot. Instead, sit like the mountain. Let the monkey jump. Soon it becomes bored. Tonight, you can practice this. When a thought appears, perhaps about work, or someone you love, or something you regret, do not follow it down the long road of stories. Simply say softly inside, thinking, and return to the breath, not with anger, not with force, with kindness, always with kindness, because harshness is another form of restlessness. When I was still searching for truth, before enlightenment, I punished myself greatly. I believed peace had to be earned through suffering. I ate almost nothing. My bones showed through my skin. My breath grew thin. One day, I tried to stand, and I fell. In that moment, lying weak on the ground, I saw clearly. If the body breaks, how can wisdom grow? A lute string that is too tight snaps. A string too loose makes no sound. Only the middle tension creates music. Your life also needs this middle way. Not too much effort, not too much laziness, not too much control, not too much neglect. Just gentle balance. Even now, maybe you are trying too hard to sleep correctly. You check the time. You count the hours left. You worry. If I don't sleep now, tomorrow will be ruined. This fear itself keeps you awake. Sleep cannot bloom in fearful soil, so tonight, remove the fear. Say, even if I only rest, it is enough. The body knows how to recover. It has done so since you were born. Trust it a little. Trust yourself a little. I want you to feel something with me now. Notice your face. So many people do not realize how much they hold tension there. The jaw tight, the tongue pressed to the roof of the mouth, the forehead wrinkled as if solving a difficult problem. But there is no problem right now. Let the jaw soften. Let the tongue rest. Let the eyes sink back like stones settling into water. Feel how the whole body follows. The body is like a flock of birds. When the leader relaxes, the rest follow. Long ago, when I walked from village to village, I slept under trees, in fields, sometimes beside dusty roads. There were nights when dogs barked, when wind was cold, when the ground was hard. Yet often, sleep came easily. Do you know why? Because I carried nothing into the night. No unfinished arguments, no plans for greatness, no replaying of old wounds. Just the day as it was, complete You too can complete this day. Whatever was done is done. Whatever was not done can wait. The sun has set on it all. Imagine placing the entire day into a small boat and pushing it across a river. Watch it drift away into the dark. You do not need to follow. Let it go. There is a strange freedom in admitting, for these few hours, I am nobody. I need to achieve nothing. In deep sleep, you are not your name, not your job, not your history. And yet you exist peacefully. So why cling so tightly to these identities now? Put them down like heavy robes. Become simple. Become just breathing, just warmth, just presence. When enlightenment touched me at dawn, it was not fireworks or magic. It was the quietest realization. Nothing was ever missing. The suffering came from my clinging, my resisting, my wanting life to be different from what it was. The moment I stopped arguing with existence, peace flooded in like morning light. Sleep is a small enlightenment. Every night, you practice letting go of the world, so treat it gently like a sacred ritual, not a task, a surrender. If you wake in the middle of the night, do not say, "Oh no." Say, another quiet moment to breathe. Turn wakefulness into meditation. Then even sleeplessness becomes a friend. And when you stop seeing it as an enemy, often it quietly transforms into sleep on its own. Listen to the silence around you. Even silence has a sound, like a soft hum. The whole universe is breathing with you. You are not alone in this dark room. Countless beings sleep and wake and dream under the same sky. We are all floating together on this small blue world. Feel how gentle that is. You are held. You are supported. You are enough, exactly as you are in this moment, even tired, even restless. Especially like this. So rest now, dear one. Let my words become slower, like footsteps fading down a quiet path. Let your thoughts become fewer, like leaves falling at the end of autumn. Let the mind sink, 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 like a stone settling into a clear lake, until only stillness remains. I remain here with you in that stillness. Breathe in, breathe out. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just this gentle night, just this soft breath, and the vast, compassionate silence that has always been your true home. Stay with me, dear one, a little longer. Do not sit up in the mind. Do not prepare for anything. Let these words fall over you the way moonlight falls over a quiet field, touching everything, demanding nothing. The night is not an enemy. Many people fear the night because it removes distractions. During the day, there are voices, tasks, screens, conversations, duties. The mind runs outward like 1,000 small rivers. But at night, all rivers return to the same dark ocean. And there, you finally meet yourself. This meeting can feel uncomfortable at first because you have avoided yourself for so long. But there is nothing to fear in your own presence. If you sit beside a lake long enough, even muddy water becomes clear. The dirt settles by itself. You do not need to reach in and clean it with your hands. In fact, touching it only makes it cloudier. Your mind is the same lake. Doing less is the way. I remember walking alone through forests after I left the palace. Some nights I slept under tall sal trees. The branches would sway and shadows would move across the ground like silent dancers. Owls called to one another. The earth was cold. At first, every sound startled me. A cracking twig felt like danger. A moving leaf felt like a threat. My body stayed awake, tense, ready to run. Perhaps your mind is like that now. Even though you are safe in your bed, something inside stays alert, as if life might suddenly attack. This is old fear, ancient fear. It has lived in human bodies for thousands of years. So do not blame yourself for it. Instead, speak gently to your body, the way a mother speaks to a frightened child. Say inside, "It is okay. You are safe. You can rest now." You may think this is small, but the body listens. The body understands kindness better than logic. Place one hand softly on your chest if you wish. Feel the heartbeat. This faithful drum has never stopped since the day you were born. Even when you forget it, it remembers you. Even when you doubt yourself, it continues beating. Is this not compassion? Your own body loves you more than you realize. Trust it tonight. Long ago, a man came to me who had lost everything. His crops had failed, his child was sick, his debts were heavy. He said, "Master, my mind never rests. Even in sleep, I am chased by worries." I asked him to sit with me beside a small fire. We said nothing for a long time, only watching the flames. After a while, his breathing slowed, his shoulders dropped. Then I said, "While you watched the fire, where did your problems go?" He looked surprised. He said, "For a moment, they disappeared." I smiled and said, "They did not disappear. You simply stopped carrying them. Problems grow heavy only when you lift them again and again in the mind. Tonight, set them down. Not forever. Just for now. You can pick them up tomorrow if needed. They will wait politely. Problems are very patient things, but rest cannot come if you insist on carrying the world on your back. You are not meant to hold the whole sky together. Even the sky holds itself. Sometimes you believe that if you keep thinking, you will prevent bad things from happening, as if constant worrying is a form of protection. But tell me, has worry ever truly protected you? Worry is like rocking in a chair. There is movement, but no journey. See this clearly. And the mind begins to laugh softly at itself. A gentle laughter, not cruel, not bitter, just understanding. I, too, had countless thoughts during my search. What is truth? What is suffering? Why do beings hurt one another? How can this end? My head was full, like a crowded marketplace. But enlightenment did not come from thinking harder. It came when thinking became quiet, like dust settling after a long caravan passes. Wisdom is born in silence, and sleep is a doorway to that same silence. So treat the silence as sacred. Do not rush to fill it. If there is a gap between my words, rest in that gap. That gap is more important than anything I say, because in the gap, you are simply alive. No story, no identity, just being. Once, when I was very young, before all the seeking, I sat under a rose apple tree while my father worked nearby. The afternoon was warm. The air smelled of grass. I watched sunlight flicker through the leaves. For no reason at all, my mind became completely still. There was no desire, no fear, just quiet happiness. Years later, during my great struggle, I remembered that moment, and I realized the truth had always been simple. Peace was never far away. I had only complicated it. You also knew this peace as a child. Before ambitions, before comparisons, before I must become this, or I should have done that. Children fall asleep anywhere because they do not carry psychological time. They do not drag yesterday behind them or chase tomorrow ahead of them. They live only here, this breath, this moment. You can return to that innocence now, not by becoming childish, but by becoming simple. Right now, what is missing? Not in your whole life, just in this moment. Is the air enough? Is the bed enough? Is this quiet enough? Look carefully. You may find that this moment asks for nothing. It is already complete. The mind creates imaginary lacks and then suffers trying to fill them. But reality itself is whole. When you see this, a deep relaxation spreads through you, like warm water. Feel your legs growing heavy. Feel your arms sinking. Feel gravity holding you like loving hands. You do not have to hold yourself up anymore. The earth has always been holding you. Since the day you were born, you have never fallen off this world. So let go. Let the earth carry you tonight. If a thought returns, smile at it the way you smile at a passing traveler on the road. No need to invite it inside for tea. Let it pass. If sleep comes, go with it like drifting on a small boat into mist. If you remain awake, simply rest in awareness. Even this is peaceful. Even this is enough. There is no failure here, only different forms of rest. I am still sitting beside you in the quiet, like an old friend keeping watch while you drift. Nothing urgent, nothing lacking. Only breath after breath after breath, each one softer than the last, like waves becoming smaller as the tide goes out. And as the waves grow smaller, the great ocean of stillness beneath them becomes clear. That stillness is your true nature, not the thoughts, not the worries, not the restless stories, but this vast, silent, gentle presence. Return to it now. Sink into it slowly. And if you wish, whisper inside, I release this day. I rest. Yes, stay. There is nowhere else you need to go. Let my voice be like a small lantern beside your bed. Not bright, not sharp, only warm enough to remind you that you are not alone in this vast night. Notice how the darkness around you is not truly empty. It is soft. It is protective. It wraps around you like a blanket the size of the sky. People speak of darkness as something frightening, yet every seed grows in darkness, every child forms in darkness, and every night the body repairs itself in darkness. Darkness is not the enemy. Darkness is the womb of rest. So do not resist it. Let yourself be held by it. When I walked from village to village after awakening, many people asked me, Master, what did you gain from enlightenment? I would smile and say, nothing. They looked confused. Then I said, but I lost much. I lost fear. I lost constant wanting. I lost the need to control everything. I lost the illusion that I am separate from life. And when these were gone, what remained was simple peace. Sleep is like this too. You do not gain sleep. You lose the things that prevent sleep, lose the tension, lose the planning, lose the replaying of old conversations, lose the tight grip on tomorrow, and what remains is rest. So tonight is not about achieving sleep. It is about releasing what you are unnecessarily holding. Imagine you are a traveler who has walked all day carrying many bags. One bag is filled with memories, one bag with worries, one bag with expectations, one bag with other people's opinions. You reach a quiet hut at the edge of a forest. Inside, there is a soft place to lie down, but you refuse to put the bags down. You try to sleep while still carrying them. Of course, the body aches. Of course, rest does not come. So now, in your mind, gently set each bag on the floor. First, the bag of today. All the small mistakes, awkward moments, unfinished tasks. Place it down. The day is over. It cannot be changed now. Let it sleep too. Next, the bag of tomorrow. All the meetings, duties, responsibilities. Place it down. Tomorrow has not asked for your help yet. It will come when it comes. Then the bag of the past. Old regrets, old wounds, old versions of yourself that no longer exist. Place it down. Those ghosts are tired of being carried. And finally, the bag of who you think you must be. The strong one, the perfect one, the successful one, the one who never fails. Place that bag down too. For a few hours, you are allowed to be nobody. Just a breathing being under the stars. Feel how light you are becoming. When I sat beneath the Bodhi tree during the final night, memories came to me like dreams. I saw countless lives, countless forms, countless joys and sorrows. I saw how beings cling and suffer, again and again, like waves endlessly crashing on the shore. And I saw something else. Every being, no matter how lost, was simply searching for rest. The greedy search for rest in wealth. The angry search for rest in control. The lonely search for rest in attachment. Everyone wants the same thing, peace. Even you, lying here awake, are only wanting peace. There is nothing wrong with you. Your sleeplessness is not a flaw. It is the heart asking gently, please, let me rest. So answer it with compassion, not frustration. If you cannot sleep, do not scold yourself. That is like shouting at a flower for not blooming fast enough. Flowers open in their own time. The body sleeps in its own time. Trust this natural rhythm. Listen now to the small sounds around you. Maybe the hum of a fan. Maybe distant traffic, maybe the whisper of wind. Do not label them as disturbances. Let them be part of the night's music. When I lived in forests, there was never perfect silence. Crickets sang, leaves rustled, animals moved. At first I thought, how can I meditate with so much noise? Later, I understood the sounds were not interrupting the silence. They were included in it. Silence is not the absence of sound. It is the absence of resistance. In the same way, rest is not the absence of thoughts. It is the absence of struggle with thoughts. Let everything be as it is. This is the great secret. Let the body be tired. Let the mind be busy. Let the night be long, and simply watch. In watching, a space opens. In that space, peace naturally grows. Feel your breath again. In, out, like waves touching the shore and returning. You do not control the tide. It moves by itself. Breathing is happening. Sleeping will happen too. Life is happening. You are not the doer of all these things. You are the witness, the quiet awareness in which they unfold. Rest as that awareness, not as the thinker, not as the worrier, just as the gentle knowing that I am here. There is something very beautiful about this moment. While the world sleeps, you are listening to these words, drifting between waking and dreaming, like a boat between two shores. It is a sacred space, this in between. Many insights are born here. Many healings happen here, so even if sleep has not fully come, do not think this time is wasted. Your nervous system is softening. Your heart is slowing. Your mind is unwinding its knots. This too is rest. Sometimes the deepest rest feels like floating rather than sleeping. Allow yourself to float. If your eyes wish to close, let them close. If they open slightly, that is fine too. Nothing to fix, nothing to force, just surrender again and again, like a leaf surrendering to the river's current. I am still here beside you, speaking very softly now, like the last embers of a fire glowing red in the dark. You are safe. You are enough. This moment asks nothing from you. Let the mind grow dim and spacious. Let thoughts become distant stars. Let the body dissolve into the bed, and gently, very gently, drift, drift, drift. Yes, I am still here with you. Nothing has changed, and yet everything has softened a little more. The night has grown deeper, like a lake whose surface becomes smoother as the wind goes to sleep. Do not hurry. There is a special tenderness in these late hours. The world is no longer demanding anything from you. No one is asking you to be useful, productive, impressive, or strong. For these few sacred hours, you are free from becoming. You are allowed to simply be. Few people taste this freedom while awake. Most only taste it in sleep. But you, here now, listening gently, you can taste it even before sleep comes. This is a hidden blessing of sleeplessness. It gives you a doorway into stillness that busy days never allow. So instead of saying, "Why can't I sleep?" try whispering, "Ah, a quiet moment has come to visit me." Treat this moment like a guest. Offer it kindness. Once, during the rainy season, I stayed in a small hut made of mud and straw. Rain fell for many days without stopping. The ground turned soft and fragrant. The sky remained gray and endless. There was nowhere to go. No journeys, no villages to visit, only sitting, only breathing, only listening to rain. At first, the mind grew restless. It wanted movement. It wanted change. But slowly, something opened. I began to hear things I had never heard before. The tiny difference between heavy rain and light rain. The sound of drops sliding from leaf to leaf. The quiet pause between two gusts of wind. The world had always been singing, but I had been too busy to listen. In the same way, this night is singing softly around you. Listen closely. There is a deep hum beneath everything, like the breath of existence itself. When you tune into that hum, thoughts lose their sharpness. They become faint, like echoes in a distant valley. Let your attention rest there, not on the story of your life, just on the simple feeling of being alive. Feel the rise of your chest. Feel the warmth of your blankets. Feel the gentle weight of your own body. These small sensations are anchors. They keep you here, in the present, where nothing is wrong. All suffering lives in time, in before, in after, in what if. But right now, in this single breath, there is no before and no after. Only this, and this is peaceful. When I was teaching monks, sometimes they complained, "Master, my mind keeps returning to old mistakes. I cannot forget them." I told them, "When you walk through the forest, do you carry every fallen leaf with you?" They said, "No." I said, "Then why carry every fallen moment of your life? The past is like fallen leaves, beautiful, perhaps, but already finished. If you gather them all and hold them to your chest, you cannot walk freely. Tonight, let the leaves lie where they have fallen. You do not need to pick them up again. Forgive yourself for being human. Forgive yourself for not knowing then what you know now. Forgive yourself for every imperfect step. Even I, before awakening, stumbled many times. I doubted. I feared. I searched in the wrong places. The path is not straight for anyone, so be gentle with your journey. Harshness only creates more wakefulness. Kindness invites rest. If you feel tension anywhere in your body, breathe into it like warm light. If your shoulders are tight, let them melt downward. If your stomach is clenched, soften it. If your hands are curled, let the fingers uncurl like petals opening. The body often holds emotions the mind has forgotten. When the body relaxes, old sadness quietly slips away. without words. You do not need to understand everything. Healing does not always require thinking. Sometimes it only requires allowing. I remember one old woman who came to see me. She had lost her son and could not stop crying. She said, "Teach me something to stop this pain." I did not give her philosophy. I simply sat with her. We breathed together, slowly, quietly. After a long time, her tears slowed. She said, "Being here, I feel lighter. You didn't even say anything." I told her, "Pain softens in the presence of peace." Tonight, let my presence be like that for you. No need for many ideas, just a calm companionship, as if someone kind is sitting nearby while you drift towards sleep. You do not have to face the night alone. We sit together under the same invisible moon. If thoughts come, let them pass like travelers crossing a bridge. Do not follow. If emotions rise, let them move like weather. No storm lasts forever. Even the strongest wind eventually bows to stillness. And you? You are not the storm. You are the sky. The sky is never harmed by the clouds that pass through it. Remember this. Thoughts are clouds. Feelings are clouds. Sleeplessness is a cloud, but you are the open sky in which they appear. The sky does not struggle. It allows. Be the sky tonight. Wide, spacious, untouched. The more spacious you feel, the sleepier the body becomes. Like a child who finally feels safe enough to close its eyes. Safety is the doorway to sleep. So remind yourself gently, again and again, I am safe. This moment is kind. Let these words sink deep, deeper than thought, into the quiet places inside you. The night continues. My voice grows softer, slower, like footsteps fading into sand. Breath after breath, longer pauses, more space between each word, as if the words themselves are getting sleepy, and you too, growing heavier, warmer, drifting like a small boat on very still water. Nothing to hold, nothing to solve, just floating, just resting. And I remain beside you, silent now, like a mountain under stars, watching peacefully as you slip closer and closer to that deep, dreamless ocean where all minds finally bow and become quiet. I am still here, dear one, even if my words grow softer, even if long spaces appear between them. Know that the silence itself is also me speaking to you. Sometimes silence carries more truth than any sentence. So if you drift for a moment and miss a few words, that is good. That means the mind is loosening its grip. That means you are already halfway into rest. Let yourself drift. Do not try to listen perfectly. Sleep is not something to achieve correctly. It is something you fall into when you stop trying to stand. Imagine now that the whole day has dissolved like mist. Morning, gone. Afternoon, gone. Evening, gone. All the conversations, all the messages, all the small victories and disappointments fading like footprints on a beach after the tide returns. Can you see how quickly everything disappears? Life is so light, so temporary. Then why hold it so tightly? When I understood this deeply, my heart became very soft, not sad, not indifferent. Soft, like wet clay that can take any shape without breaking. Before, I used to resist everything. If pain came, I resisted. If loss came, I resisted. If discomfort came, I resisted. And resistance is exhausting. It is like trying to push the entire river backward with your hands. You already feel tired enough, don't you? So tonight, no more pushing. Let the river flow. Let the night flow. Let thoughts flow. Even let wakefulness flow. When you stop resisting wakefulness, something magical happens. It stops being suffering. It becomes simply another experience. And when suffering disappears, sleep quietly slips in through the back door. I remember one night in the forest when sleep did not come to me at all. The moon was bright and the ground was cold. My body ached from walking. At first, the mind complained, "Tomorrow will be hard. I must sleep." Then I smiled and said to myself, "Very well. Tonight I will simply be awake." The moment I accepted this fully, the struggle ended, and not long after, without noticing, I was asleep. You see, acceptance is the softest pillow. So say gently inside, if sleep comes, good. If it does not come, also good. Feel how spacious that is. Nothing to fight, nothing to fear. The mind relaxes when it has permission to stop performing. You have been performing all day, being responsible, being polite, being productive, being strong for others. But now, here in the dark, you do not need to be anything for anyone. You can set down every role. For these few hours, you are not a name, not a job, not someone's expectation. You are just a small, breathing creature, curled under the vast universe, just like the deer sleeping in the grass, just like the birds tucked into trees, just like the mountains resting under stars. All beings rest. You are allowed to. Feel how natural that is. There is something very ancient about sleep. Before language, before cities, before history, beings slept. Sleep is older than all your problems. Trust something so ancient. Your body remembers how. You do not need to teach it. Notice now the gentle rhythm inside you. Breathing, beating heart, a faint warmth moving through your limbs. Life is rocking you like a cradle. You are already being lulled. You only need to stop interrupting the lullaby with thoughts. If a thought begins, bow to it and let it pass. Do not finish its story. Half-finished thoughts lose their power. Let them dissolve midair like smoke. Sometimes people ask me, how do we quiet the mind? And I tell them, do not try to quiet it. Just stop feeding it. Thoughts are like small fires. Attention is the wood. Remove the wood. The fire fades by itself. So tonight, give your attention to the breath instead, or to the feeling of the blanket, or to the gentle darkness behind your closed eyes. Simple things, ordinary things. Peace hides inside ordinary things. When enlightenment came to me, it was not some distant heaven. It was this very breath, this very earth, and this very moment, seen clearly, without craving. So do not look for anything special tonight. Just this, just here, just now. That is enough. Feel your body growing heavier again, as if each exhale is taking a little weight away from your mind. As if each inhale is filling you with warm, golden calm. Slowly, softly, like waves smoothing stones over many years. If you are still awake, that is perfectly fine. We are simply sitting together in the great quiet. Nothing more, nothing less. If sleep is near, let it come like a shy friend. Do not stare at it. Pretend you are not watching, and it will sit beside you gently. I will keep speaking, but my words are becoming like distant bells now, farther apart, softer. Soon even these will fade, and only the deep, kind silence will remain. A silence that has always held you. A silence that asks nothing. A silence that feels like home. Rest there, dear one. Rest. Drift? Yes, I am still here, like a small flame that does not flicker, like a presence that does not leave even when words grow thin. By now, the night has deepened even more. There is a certain hour when everything becomes very quiet, when even the restless world seems to bow its head. This is a sacred hour. If you are awake now, you are touching something monks and wanderers have known for centuries, this soft space where the world loosens its grip and existence feels wide and empty and kind. Do not think of this as, I am still awake. Think of it as, I am sharing the silence with the stars. There is something beautiful about that, isn't there? Not a problem. A companionship. The whole sky awake with you. When I traveled long ago between villages, sometimes I woke before dawn. The air would be cool, almost sweet, mist resting over the fields like a thin blanket, birds not yet singing, even the dogs still asleep. In those moments, the world felt unborn, as if creation had not fully begun for the day. No past, no future, just pure presence. This hour you are in now is like that. The world has paused, and in this pause, you can rest very deeply, deeper than ordinary sleep. Because you are not only resting the body, you are resting the self. All day long, you carry the idea of me, my plans, my problems, my story, my identity. It is heavy, this me. Heavier than you realize. Imagine carrying a large stone on your head from morning until night. You would be exhausted, but carrying the idea of me is even heavier. Tonight, put that stone down. For a little while, forget who you are supposed to be. Forget your history. Forget your future. Just be breathing. Just be warmth. Just be life happening by itself. When I awakened under the Bodhi tree, one of the deepest realizations was this. There was never a solid me to protect so fiercely. There was only a flowing process. Breath happening, thoughts happening, sensations happening, like a river flowing. Tell me, where is the river? Is it in the water? Is it in the movement? Is it in the banks? It cannot be pinned down, and yet we call it river. In the same way, we call this flowing experience me. But when you stop clinging to it, there is such lightness. Nothing to defend, nothing to prove, nothing to worry about at 3 a.m. Because who exactly is worrying? Just thoughts, worrying about other thoughts, like shadows boxing with shadows. Seeing this, the heart begins to laugh very softly. So tonight, let yourself be just the river, flowing, not controlling the direction, not forcing the speed, just moving naturally toward rest. Feel how the breath flows in by itself. You did not invite it. Feel how it flows out by itself. You did not push it. Life is living you. You are not managing life. This is such a relief when truly seen. It means you can finally relax. When you lie in bed trying to control sleep, it is like trying to manually control your heartbeat. Impossible and unnecessary. Sleep knows the way. Trust it like you trust your heart to beat. Let me tell you something very gentle now. Many people think they cannot sleep because something is wrong with them, but often it is simply that the mind has never been taught how to be kind to itself. It has only been taught to achieve, compare, rush, fix. So even at night, it keeps working, like a servant who never learned it is allowed to go home. Tonight, tell your mind, thank you. You have done enough. You may rest now. Say it as you would to a dear friend, not commanding, grateful. The mind responds to gratitude like a flower responds to sunlight. Softly, naturally. Notice now the small gaps between breaths. At the end of the exhale, there is a tiny pause, a still point, nothing happening. That small pause is very close to the taste of deep meditation. Rest your attention there, in that tiny, quiet space. It is like sitting on the shore between two waves. So peaceful, so empty. If you stay there gently, sleep often grows from that emptiness, like a lotus from still water. But do not wait for it. Waiting creates tension. Just enjoy the pause itself. When I used to guide monks at night, sometimes I would simply sit with them without speaking at all. Hours would pass. Some would fall asleep sitting upright. Some would remain awake but deeply calm. Both were good, because peace is not measured by whether the eyes are open or closed. Peace is measured by the absence of struggle. Ask yourself quietly now, am I struggling? If yes, soften a little more. Relax the forehead. Relax the belly. Relax the need for anything to be different. And if there is no struggle, then you are already resting perfectly, even if sleep has not fully taken you yet. You are doing nothing wrong. You have never been doing it wrong. You are simply learning how to let go. And letting go is the most subtle art. It cannot be forced. It happens like ice melting when the sun rises. No effort, just warmth. So let these words be warmth. Let them melt you slowly. Imagine now that you are lying on soft grass under a vast night sky. The stars above you like thousands of tiny lamps. Cool air touching your skin. The earth solid and safe beneath you. Nothing chasing you. Nothing demanding anything. Just the universe breathing quietly. You belong here as naturally as the stars do. There is no mistake in your existence. Feel that deeply. Belonging, safety, softness. Your body understands this language. It is already growing heavier, slower, quieter. Thoughts are fading like distant footsteps. My voice, too, is becoming farther away. Softer, like an echo across water. Soon there may be only silence, and that silence will carry you the rest of the way, like a mother carrying a sleeping child. Gently, effortlessly. So drift now. Nothing to hold, nothing to fix. Just this vast, compassionate night. I am here, so quiet now, so gentle. As if the whole world has placed a finger upon its lips and whispered, hush. You may notice that my words are slower than before. Longer spaces between them, like footsteps sinking into soft sand. This is good. We are not traveling anywhere anymore. We are only dissolving. Let the mind dissolve. Let the body dissolve. Let even the effort of listening dissolve. There is nothing you must understand. Understanding is for the day. Night is for melting. When butter is placed near a warm fire, it does not try to melt. It simply melts. You are like that now. The warmth of awareness is here. So the tight shape of me is slowly softening. Very slowly, very naturally. Long ago, after my awakening, I would sometimes sit through the entire night without moving. Not because I was forcing myself to meditate, but because the peace was so deep that there was nowhere else to go. Imagine sitting beside a perfectly still lake at dawn. No wind, no ripples, no sound. Would you feel the need to run somewhere else? No. Stillness itself becomes nourishment. This is what the mind tastes when it finally stops chasing. And tonight, you are tasting a little of that stillness too. Even if thoughts still come and go, even if sleep has not fully arrived, there is something slower inside you now. Something heavier, like a stone sinking through water. Let yourself sink. Do not swim. Swimming is effort. Sinking is trust. Trust the bed beneath you. Trust the night around you. Trust the life breathing you. You have been carrying yourself all day. Now let existence carry you. Feel how the pillow holds your head without complaint. How the mattress supports your back without asking anything in return. The earth itself is holding all of this. The bed, the house, the trees, the oceans, the mountains, and you. Such a great support, and you have done nothing to earn it. Isn't that beautiful? You are supported simply because you exist, so you do not need to struggle anymore tonight. When I walked through forests, sometimes I watched animals sleep. A deer curled on the ground, a bird tucked into its feathers, a dog breathing deeply by a doorway. None of them tried to sleep. They simply allowed sleep to take them. Only humans make sleep into a task. But you are also an animal of the earth. Your body remembers the ancient way. Let it remember. Let it teach you. Stop instructing it. Just feel. Warmth, heaviness, breathing. If a thought comes like, I am still awake, smile at it gently. That thought is just another small cloud. It means nothing. Do not build a story around it. Let it pass like smoke through open air. Stories are what keep you awake. Reality is very quiet. Reality is just this breath. In, out, nothing extra, nothing complicated. Sometimes people ask me for grand teachings, great philosophies, mysteries of the universe. But the deepest truth was always simple. Breathe in, breathe out, let go. That is all. Even enlightenment is hidden inside such small things. So how could sleep be far away? It is already standing at the door. You only need to stop pacing the room. Sit down. Be still. Let it enter on its own. Now feel your body part by part. Feet, heavy, warm, legs, sinking, hips, soft, belly, rising and falling like gentle waves, chest, open, unguarded, shoulders, melting downward, hands, loose, fingers resting like fallen leaves, neck, relaxed, face, smooth, eyes, floating in darkness, whole body, heavy, like a stone wrapped in cotton. There is nowhere for tension to hide anymore. Everything is loosening. Even the sense of time is loosening. Do you notice? Minutes no longer feel sharp. There is only a long, endless now. This is the doorway. Sleep loves this doorway. When time disappears, sleep enters easily. If you slip into dreams while listening, that is perfect. If my words blur and scatter, that is perfect. You do not need to hold on to anything I say. Let the words drift past you like leaves on a river. Take none of them with you. Just drift. Just float. Just rest. I am no longer really speaking to your mind. I am speaking to the quiet beneath your mind. The place that already knows how to sleep. The place that has always been peaceful. You might feel now as if you're gently rocking, as if the breath itself is a cradle. Back and forth, softer, slower, deeper, like a child being carried home after a long day of play, already half asleep on the mother's shoulder. That child does not worry about tomorrow. That child does not replay yesterday. That child simply trusts the arms holding it. Be that child now. Let the night carry you. Let my presence fade into the background like distant starlight. Nothing more to say. Nothing more to do. Just this vast, compassionate stillness. And you, drifting, drifting, drifting. I am here. Still here. Like the faint glow of the moon behind thin clouds. Never gone, only softer. By now, the night must feel different to you. Not empty, not restless, but wide, very wide, as if the walls of your room have quietly disappeared and you are lying beneath the open sky itself. This is what happens when the mind stops pressing against things. Space appears. And in space, the heart finally breathes freely. Do you notice how your breathing has changed since we began? It is slower now, deeper, less hurried. At the beginning, perhaps the breath was tight, almost impatient. Now it moves like an old river, unbothered, unafraid, with nowhere special to go. This is the rhythm of rest. Let yourself follow it. When I wandered after leaving the palace, there were many nights when I had nothing, no roof, no blanket, no certainty of food the next day. And yet, strangely, some of those nights were the most peaceful of my life. Because with nothing to protect, nothing could be threatened. With nothing to hold, nothing could be lost. The heart was empty, and emptiness is very light. You see, much of your wakefulness comes from guarding things, guarding plans, guarding relationships, guarding reputation, guarding the image of who you think you are. Even lying in bed, the mind stands like a soldier on duty. But tonight, there is nothing to guard. For these few hours, the world asks nothing from you. Even your name is unnecessary. If someone called your name right now in deep sleep, you would not answer, and yet you would still exist peacefully. So the name is not essential. The story is not essential. All these identities you wear during the day are like clothes, useful, but not you. And now, before sleep, you are gently undressing the mind, taking off the heavy coat of responsibility, taking off the tight shoes of expectation, taking off the jewelry of comparison, until you are bare awareness only. Simple, natural, free. This is very close to meditation, very close to liberation, and very close to sleep. They are neighbors, you see. Deep meditation and deep sleep drink from the same well. Both require surrender. Both require trust. Both require the courage to stop controlling. Let me tell you something softly, like a secret shared by firelight. Nothing bad happens when you let go. The mind believes. If I stop thinking, everything will fall apart. But look at the trees outside. They are not thinking, yet they grow. Look at the moon. It is not planning, yet it rises perfectly. Life is wiser than thought, much wiser. So you do not need to manage existence tonight. Existence has been managing itself for billions of years. It can handle a few hours without your supervision. Rest now. Feel the bed holding you. Feel gravity gently pulling you downward, like loving hands saying, "Come, lie here." You don't need to stand anymore. You have been standing all day in the world. Now lie down in being. When I sat beneath the Bodhi tree, just before dawn, there was a moment when all effort vanished completely. Not "I am meditating," not "I am trying," just sitting, just breathing, just existence, existing. And in that effortless moment, awakening blossomed. Peace does not come from effort. Peace comes when effort ends. Sleep is the same, so let effort end. Even the effort to follow these words can end. If my voice fades into the background, let it. If sentences blur together, let them. If you forget what I just said, good. Forgetting is the doorway to dreaming. You are not here to remember. You are here to dissolve, like salt dissolving into warm water. Soon you cannot even find the salt anymore. Only the ocean remains. Be the ocean, wide, deep, untroubled by small waves. Thoughts are only ripples on the surface. They cannot disturb the depths. Rest in the depths. Down there, everything is still. Down there, nothing is missing. Down there has never been a problem to solve. If an old memory rises, bow to it gently and let it pass. If tomorrow tries to knock on the door of your mind, whisper, "Come back in the morning." Night is not for visitors. Night is for returning home. And home is this breath, this soft darkness behind your eyes, this quiet, floating feeling in your limbs. Maybe now your hands feel far away. Maybe your legs feel heavy like warm stone. Maybe the boundary of your body is becoming unclear. This is good. The body is preparing to disappear into sleep. Let it disappear. Do not call it back. Do not check on it. Just let it fade like a candle, slowly going out. When people asked me long ago, "What is nirvana like?" I sometimes said, "It is like falling asleep without fear, not the sleep of ignorance, but the sleep of complete trust. Trust that nothing needs to be controlled. Trust that life is holding you. Trust that you are safe in the hands of the universe. Feel that trust now. Let it spread through you like warm water, from the head, down the neck, across the chest, into the belly, through the legs, all the way to the feet. A warm wave of surrender, and another, and another. Each breath softer than the last. My words are very far away now, like a flute played in a distant valley, barely reaching you, barely needed. Soon there will only be silence, and that silence will carry you the rest of the way. So drift now, nothing to hold, nothing to become. Just rest, rest, rest. I am still beside you. Though now it may feel less like words and more like a presence. Like a quiet warmth near a small fire that has almost turned to embers. The night is very deep now. This is the hour when even thoughts grow tired, when the world itself seems to breathe more slowly. If you listen closely, you might notice that everything has softened the air, the darkness, your own body. Nothing is sharp anymore. Everything has round edges, gentle edges, like stones that have rested for years in a river. You too are being smoothed by this night, all the roughness of the day, all the sharp corners of worry, slowly wearing away. Let them wear away. There is nothing you need to protect right now. Nothing is chasing you. Nothing is asking anything from you. Even time has become lazy. It is no longer counting. Have you noticed how strange this moment feels? You cannot tell if 5 minutes have passed, or 30. This is beautiful. When time loosens its grip, suffering loosens too. Because suffering always says, "What about later?" Or, "What about before?" But right now, there is no later, no before. Only this soft floating. When I sat many nights in meditation, sometimes I felt as if my body had completely vanished, not gone, just unnecessary, like a coat you forget you are wearing. There was only breathing, only awareness, only vast space. At first, this can feel unfamiliar. The mind says, "Where am I?" But then a deeper peace answers, "You are right here, without weight, without burden." You may be touching that space now. Maybe your body feels very heavy, or maybe very light. Maybe you cannot tell where your hands are, or where the bed ends and you begin. This is natural. Sleep approaches like this. Boundaries blur. The self becomes thin like mist. Let it thin. Do not gather yourself back together. Do not think, "I must stay aware." No, let awareness grow wide and unfocused, like a lantern whose light slowly dims. There is no test to pass. No need to stay awake for my voice. If you drift away in the middle of a sentence, that is perfect. That is exactly what should happen. My words are only a small raft to carry you across the river. Once you reach the other side, you do not carry the raft on your back. You leave it behind, so you may leave these words behind too. Long ago, a young monk asked me, "Master, what should I do when I cannot sleep?" I told him, "Lie down like the earth." He did not understand, so I said, "Does the earth try to hold itself up?" "No." He said, "Does the earth worry it might fall?" "No." "Then lie down like the earth, completely supported, completely trusting. Tonight, be like the earth, heavy, settled, unmoving. Let gravity take you fully. Let the bed receive you completely. Stop holding even one small muscle tight. Even a little holding creates wakefulness. So soften everything. The forehead, the eyes, the tongue, the throat, the chest, the belly, the hips, the knees, the feet, each part whispering, 'I let go, I let go, I let go.' Feel how the whole body becomes like warm sand, loose, shapeless, safe. Breathing happens by itself. You are not doing it. The heart beats by itself. You are not commanding it. Sleep will come by itself too. See the pattern? Life moves perfectly without your control. So why hold on so tightly? Let existence carry you like a leaf carried by a quiet stream. The leaf does not choose direction. It simply floats. Be the leaf, floating, turning gently, drifting wherever the current goes. No resistance, no effort. If a thought arises now, it may feel very faint, like a voice from far away. You do not even need to answer it. Just let it echo and fade. Soon even thoughts grow sleepy. They yawn, stretch, and disappear into the dark, just like you are about to. I will tell you something very softly now. Something to place in your heart before you drift completely. You are enough, exactly as you are. Even tired, even imperfect, even uncertain. Nothing is missing. There is nothing you must become tomorrow to deserve rest tonight. Rest is your birthright. Peace is your natural state. Sleep is simply returning home, and home has always been waiting for you. So come home now. Lay everything down. The world can wait. Morning can wait. Let the night wrap around you like a dark, warm robe. Let it cover your thoughts, cover your worries, cover even the sense of high, until there is only quiet, only softness, only the slow, deep rhythm of being alive. My voice is almost gone now, like the last ripple on water, like the last star fading at dawn. Soon there will be only silence, and you drifting, drifting, drifting into deep, gentle, dreamless rest. I am still here with you, but now my presence is very light, like mist before sunrise, like a memory of a voice rather than a voice itself. If you are still listening, you are already between two worlds, not fully awake, not fully asleep, floating. This floating is sacred. Do not disturb it. Do not try to understand it. Just let yourself hang here, like a lantern swaying gently in the night air. When I used to walk long distances barefoot, there were evenings when my body was so tired that the ground itself felt soft, as if the earth were saying, "Enough now, come lie down." And the moment I lay down, sleep took me like a mother lifting a child. Not slowly, not with effort, just gone into rest. You do not enter sleep step by step. You fall into it, like falling into deep water, and falling requires trust. If you stiffen, you hurt yourself. If you relax, the water catches you. So relax completely now. Not only the body, relax the mind too. Relax even the need to follow these words. Let them wash over you without meaning. Meaning is for the day. Night is for feeling. And the feeling right now is simple, heavy, warm, safe. There is a softness spreading through you. Maybe you feel it in your chest first, or behind your eyes, or in your limbs, as if they are slowly turning into clouds. This is the body preparing to disappear into dreams. Let it disappear. Do not call it back by thinking, "Am I asleep yet?" That question wakes the mind like a bell. Instead, become uninterested. Uninterested in sleep. Uninterested in time. Uninterested even in me. Like someone sitting beside a river with no goal, just watching water move. When there is no goal, the heart finally rests. When there is nothing to reach, you arrive. I remember once, a young boy asked me, "Master, where is peace?" I told him, "When you stop searching." He frowned and said, "But then how will I find it?" I smiled and said, "It finds you." Sleep is the same. Stop searching. Let it find you. It already knows the way. You have slept thousands of nights in your life. Did you learn how? No, it simply happened. So trust that ancient wisdom inside you. Trust the same intelligence that heals your wounds, that beats your heart, that grows your hair. That intelligence also knows how to sleep. You do not need to interfere. Just move aside. Step out of the way. Be nobody for a while. Feel how sweet that is. To be nobody, no responsibilities, no expectations, no past to defend, no future to plan. Just a small breathing, being under a vast sky. Even the stars ask nothing from you. They simply shine. You simply rest. This is enough. If you could see yourself now, you would smile. So quiet, so gentle, like a child after crying, finally calm in deep sleep. There is such innocence in this moment. Nothing complicated, nothing spiritual, just simple existence. This is what I discovered under the tree. Not some grand mystery, just this simplicity, this ease, this profound okayness of everything. Even sleeplessness was okay. Even discomfort was okay. When everything is allowed, everything softens. And in that softness, rest blooms naturally. Like a flower opening at night. No noise, no announcement, just opening. You are opening now. Opening into darkness. Opening into quiet. Opening into sleep. My words are becoming farther away. Like a boat drifting from shore. Smaller. Quieter. Soon you won't need them. Soon there will only be the gentle rhythm of breath. In, out, in, out. Like the whole universe breathing with you, rocking you, cradling you, until even the breath feels far away. Until even you feels far away. Only peace, only stillness, only rest. So now, nothing more, just drift, drift, drift into the vast, kind silence that has always been waiting for you. I am still here, though now my voice is like the faintest ripple on a lake at night, barely touching the surface, almost disappearing before it is heard. You may already feel that you are not really listening with the mind anymore. The words are not being understood. They are simply washing over you. This is good. Understanding is heavy. Feeling is light. And sleep belongs to the light. So let everything grow light. Let thoughts be light. Let memories be light. Let even this moment be light, as if you are made of air. As if the body is only a soft cloud resting on another cloud. Nothing solid, nothing tight, nothing to hold together. Long ago, when I watched the Ganges flowing at night, I noticed something very simple. During the day, the river looked busy. Boats, voices, splashing, movement everywhere. But at night, under the moon, the same river looked like pure silver glass, still, endless, peaceful. Nothing had changed in the river, only the noise had stopped. Your mind is the same river. All day long, boats of thought, voices of worry, splashes of memory. But now, the boats are tied. The voices are quiet. The surface is smoothing. Soon it will become like moonlit glass. And when the mind becomes smooth like that, sleep reflects on it naturally, like the moon reflected on calm water. You do not place the reflection there. It appears by itself. So do not place sleep there. Just calm the water, and you are already doing that. Even without trying, even without knowing, feel the slow rhythm inside you. Breath, pause, breath, pause. That small pause after each exhale. Rest there. That pause is like a tiny doorway. If you slip through it, there is no thought on the other side, only quiet, only drifting. Sometimes when monks told me they feared the moment of falling asleep, that strange feeling of losing control, I would tell them this: every night you practice letting go of the world. Every night you practice dying a little. And every morning you are born again. So why fear it? Sleep is a small death of worry, a small death of identity, a small death of effort. And death, when understood, is not frightening. It is simply rest, like a leaf letting go of the branch when autumn comes. The leaf does not struggle. It does not cling and cry. Not yet. It trusts the wind. Be the leaf now. Let go of the branch of thinking. Let the wind of the night carry you. There is nowhere to fall. You are already held by the whole sky. Notice how your body feels heavier than before, almost as if you are sinking into the bed. This heaviness is kindness, the earth pulling you gently back into itself, like saying, "Come back, rest. You have walked enough today. You have walked enough." Even if you only sat or worked or worried, the mind has walked miles and miles. Now it deserves to lie down. Let it lie down. If a last thought appears something small like, "What time is it?" or "Am I sleeping yet?" smile at it the way you would smile at a child, asking one more question before bed. Softly say, "Tomorrow. Everything can wait until tomorrow." Nothing is so important that it must be solved in the middle of the night. Night is sacred. Night is for healing. Night is for returning to the source. When I became awakened, people thought I discovered something extraordinary. But truly, I simply discovered how to stop interfering. I stopped interfering with life, stopped interfering with thoughts, stopped interfering with the natural flow of things, and everything settled into harmony by itself. Tonight, you are practicing the same wisdom, not by effort, just by allowing darkness, allowing silence, allowing sleep, or allowing wakefulness. All of it welcome. And because all of it is welcome, none of it disturbs you. This is peace. And from this peace, sleep grows like grass after rain, quietly. I feel you growing farther away now, like someone walking down a long path into fog. Each step softer, each step slower. Soon you will not hear me clearly, then not at all. And that is how it should be. Because my voice is only a bridge, and you are almost across. So I will speak only a little more, very slowly, very softly, like a lullaby that fades into silence. You are safe. You are held. Nothing is missing. Nothing needs to be done. The night is kind. Your breath is steady. Your body is heavy. Your mind is quiet. Just rest now. Rest, rest, and gently, effortlessly drift into the deep, still, endless peace, where even words no longer reach. I am still here, but now even the feeling of here is very faint. like a distant star that you see only if you stop trying to look at it. By now, you may not be listening with effort. The words may feel like they are passing through you, like wind through tall grass. Not staying, not clinging, just moving. This is perfect, because sleep does not come to a crowded mind. It comes to an open field, and you are becoming an open field now. Wide, spacious, nothing growing except quiet. There is something I want you to feel very gently. Not think, feel. Right now, in this exact moment, nothing is wrong. Not one thing. The future is not here to trouble you. The past is not here to accuse you. No one is demanding anything. There is only breath and the soft weight of your body resting. That is all, and that is enough. All suffering hides inside imagination. But reality, when touched directly, is very simple. So simple that the mind overlooks it. When I sat under the Bodhi tree, just before dawn, there was no grand vision, no thunder, no miracle. Only this simplicity, breathing, sitting, birds slowly beginning to wake. And suddenly I saw this moment has always been complete. Nothing needed to be added, nothing needed to be removed. The search itself was the disturbance. When the search stopped, peace was already there. Sleep is like that too. The search for sleep keeps it away. When the search ends, sleep is already waiting. So end the search now. I am still here. But now even the feeling of here is very faint, like a distant star that you see only if you stop trying to look at it. By now, you may not be listening with effort. The words may feel like they are passing through you, like wind through tall grass. Not staying, not clinging, just moving. This is perfect, because sleep does not come to a crowded mind. It comes to an open field, and you are becoming an open field now. Wide, spacious, nothing growing except quiet. There is something I want you to feel very gently, not think. Feel right now, in this exact moment. Nothing is wrong, not one thing. The future is not here to trouble you. The past is not here to accuse you. No one is demanding anything. There is only breath and the soft weight of your body resting. That is all, and that is enough. All suffering hides inside imagination, but reality, when touched directly, is very simple. So simple that the mind overlooks it. When I sat under the Bodhi tree, just before dawn, there was no grand vision, no thunder, no miracle. Only this simplicity, breathing, sitting, birds slowly beginning to wake. And suddenly I saw this moment has always been complete. Nothing needed to be added, nothing needed to be removed. The search itself was the disturbance. When the search stopped, peace was already there. Sleep is like that too. The search for sleep keeps it away. When the search ends, sleep is already waiting. So end the search now, not by force, just by losing interest. Like a child who stops chasing butterflies and lies down in the grass instead. And then the butterflies land on their own. Let sleep land on you. You do not need to catch it. Feel your breath again. Slow, soft, like waves at the shore after the storm has passed. Long ago, when I stayed in quiet forests, I would sometimes lie on my back and watch the sky through the branches. Clouds drifting, birds crossing, light fading, and I realized the sky never tries to hold anything. Everything passes through it freely. Because of this, the sky is always peaceful. Be the sky now. Let thoughts pass. Let sensations pass. Let even my voice pass. Nothing needs to stay. Nothing needs to be pushed away. total allowing, total softness. If your body feels heavy, let it be heavy. If it feels light, let it be light. If you feel half asleep, half awake, floating, that is beautiful. That is the doorway opening. Do not step back from it by thinking. Just drift forward, naturally, like mist dissolving into the morning air. You do not see mist trying to disappear. It simply fades. Be like that, fading gently out of effort, out of control, out of self, until only quiet remains. There is a kindness in this quiet that many people never notice. It is always here, beneath the noise of the day, beneath the chatter of the mind. A deep, endless kindness holding everything, holding you, even now, especially now. You are not alone in this darkness. The darkness itself is embracing you, like a warm blanket tucked around your shoulders, like the earth saying, "Rest, little one. You have done enough. You have done enough. You do not need to improve yourself tonight. You do not need to solve life tonight. You do not need to become enlightened tonight. Just sleep. Just rest. Just be." Even enlightenment bows to rest. Even monks sleep. Even mountains lie still. So you too may lie still. Let your hands grow warm and loose. Let your jaw hang soft. Let your tongue rest like a leaf in still water. Let your eyes sink back into darkness. Feel the whole body becoming shapeless, like sand, like water, like air. Hard to tell where you begin, where the bed ends. Boundaries melting, self-melting, thoughts melting, everything melting into one deep, quiet pool. This pool is peace, and sleep floats on top of it like a lotus. You are already there. There is nowhere else to go. My voice is only a whisper now, barely touching you, like the last glow of sunset before night fully takes the sky. Soon even this whisper will be too much. Soon only silence will remain, and that silence will carry you the rest of the way, gently, effortlessly, like being carried in loving arms. So let go now, completely. No more listening, no more trying, just sinking, drifting, resting into deep, soft, endless sleep. I am here, but now even saying I am here feels too large. So let it be simpler. Only this, only breathing, only quiet, only the soft darkness holding you. If you are still awake, you are like someone standing at the edge of a vast ocean at night. The water is black and calm and endless. You cannot see the other shore, and yet something inside you knows it is safe to step in. Sleep is that ocean. You do not walk into it. You dissolve into it, slowly, quietly, like salt disappearing into warm water. Nothing dramatic, just gone, into peace. By now, your mind must feel tired of thinking. Thoughts themselves are yawning. Even worries are too sleepy to continue their stories. Notice this. The mind has waves, yes, but every wave eventually grows tired and falls back into the sea. Do not push the waves down. Let them fall naturally. You only need patience, a gentle patience, like sitting beside a sleeping child, watching their chest rise and fall. You don't hurry them. You simply sit in love. Tonight, sit beside your own mind like that. No judgment, no frustration. Just quiet companionship. When I walked under the stars after awakening, sometimes I felt such deep peace that I could stop anywhere under a tree, beside a path, on bare earth and lie down without fear. Because fear comes only when we believe we are separate. Separate from the world, separate from life, separate from the night. But you are not separate. The same darkness around you is also inside your closed eyes. The same air touching your skin is moving through your lungs. The same earth holding your bed is holding the mountains. You are not a stranger here. You belong to this moment completely. And when you truly belong, sleep comes easily. Because the body only sleeps when it feels at home. So feel at home. Feel how everything is supporting you. The pillow under your head, the mattress under your back, the air around you like a soft robe, gravity like gentle hands pressing you down into safety. Nothing is letting you fall. Everything is holding you. So stop holding yourself. You don't need to. If you are still trying, even a little, let that go too. Trying is a small tension. Sleep cannot pass through tension. Become loose. Loose like warm wax. Loose like a leaf after rain. Loose like a sigh. Maybe take one slow breath with me now. In, very gently. Out, longer, softer. Feel how the exhale carries you downward. Downward, like sinking into a deep, comfortable lake. The water warm, supporting you completely. You don't swim, you just float. And floating takes no effort at all. If you stopped moving completely right now, life would still carry you. Breathing would continue. The heart would continue. Healing would continue. So let everything continue without you. You rest. You deserve rest. You have always deserved rest. Not because you worked hard, not because you solved problems, but simply because you exist. Existence itself grants you rest, just as the night grants rest to trees, to animals, to rivers, to clouds. Even the wind slows down at night. Even the ocean grows calmer. So why should you stay busy inside? Be like the ocean now. Wide, dark, still, deep beneath the surface. Nothing moves. Rest there. Not on the surface where thoughts ripple. Sink deeper, deeper, below thought, below memory, below identity. There, everything is quiet. Everything is safe. Everything is already complete. Stay there. My words are very far away now, like echoes fading into mountains. Soon you may not hear them at all. Soon they will blend with your dreams. And that is perfect, because the purpose of this voice was never to keep you awake, only to walk you gently to the edge. And now you are already stepping into sleep by yourself, like a child, walking into a warm house after a long day. No fear, no effort, just home. So I whisper only this: rest, 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 and let the great, kind silence finish the journey for you. I am still with you, though now it is less like a voice and more like the feeling of someone sitting quietly nearby, the way you feel a friend's presence even when neither of you speaks. The night has become very deep. So deep that even time seems to have stopped walking. Nothing is hurrying anymore. Not the air, not the darkness, not your breath. Everything is slowed to the pace of the moon. This is the pace of rest. If you notice carefully, your thoughts are no longer forming long sentences. They are shorter now, softer, like fragments, like half-dreams. This is how the mind loosens its grip on the world. It begins to forget how to be busy. Let it forget. Forgetting is kindness. Forgetting is healing. You have remembered too much today. Names, faces, deadlines, conversations, numbers, responsibilities. So many things. No wonder the mind is tired. Let it put everything down, like a traveler emptying their pockets at the end of a long journey. Coins fall, keys fall, maps fall, until nothing remains. Empty hands. Empty hands sleep well. Full hands cannot. So empty your hands now. Empty your mind. not by force, just by allowing everything to fall away. If something still clings, a small worry, a small memory just whisper inside, tomorrow. Tomorrow is the right place for thinking. Night is the place for dissolving. When I sat long ago beneath trees after long days of walking, I would sometimes feel the entire forest breathing with me. The leaves breathing, the soil breathing, the insects breathing. One great shared breath, not separate lives. One life, moving together. You are part of that same breath right now. The air entering you has touched mountains, oceans, countless beings before you. You are not alone in your breathing. You are breathing with the world. How could you not be safe? How could you not be held? Feel that connection. You are not a small, isolated thing trying to sleep. You are the universe, resting itself. The universe closing its eyes through you. The universe breathing slowly through you. When seen like this, sleep becomes very natural, like a wave returning to the ocean. Not something special, just returning home. Maybe now your body feels very far away, as if it belongs to the bed more than to you. Heavy, warm, unmoving. Good. Let it belong to the bed. You do not need to manage it anymore. It knows what to do. The body has slept thousands of nights without instructions. Trust its wisdom. Trust its memory. Your only task is to stop interfering. Stop checking. Stop measuring. Stop asking, am I asleep yet? That question is like knocking on the door just when sleep has almost entered. Instead, pretend you don't care. Become uninterested, like someone watching clouds drift across the sky. No goal, no urgency, just watching, just being. When there is no urgency, the nervous system sighs. And when it sighs, sleep slips in quietly, like a cat curling beside you when you are not looking. I will speak even more slowly now, because you do not need many words, only space, lots of space, between sentences, between breaths, between thoughts. In that space, rest grows. Feel the space, space around your body. Space inside your chest, space inside your mind. So much space. Nothing crowded, nothing tight, only openness, only ease. If you drift away in the middle of these words, that is perfect. That is the natural way, like a lamp slowly dimming, like embers fading into ash, like the last bird's song disappearing into night. No sudden ending, just soft, soft, fading. I am not really guiding you anymore. You are already floating by yourself, carried by something older and wiser than any voice. Carried by life itself. So I will only whisper now, very gently. You are safe. You are held. Nothing is missing. Nothing is required. Just rest, just drift, just sleep, and let the vast, silent darkness cradle you the rest of the way. I am still here, dear one, but now I do not come as a teacher, not even as a voice, only as a quiet presence, like the last star that remains in the sky just before morning. You have walked a long way tonight, not with your feet, but inward. Very far inward, away from noise, away from worry, away from becoming, and closer, closer to simple being. At the beginning of the night, your mind was like a crowded marketplace, voices calling, thoughts bargaining, memories pulling at your sleeve. But now, the marketplace is empty, stalls closed, footsteps gone, lanterns dim, only wide, open space remains. Can you feel it? That gentle emptiness? that soft, quiet? This is the natural state. This is how the mind feels when you stop carrying the world. Long ago, after my awakening, someone asked me, "What did you find?" And I told them, "Nothing new. I simply stopped carrying what was never mine." Tonight, you have done the same. You have set down yesterday. You have set down tomorrow. You have set down who you think you must be. And without those burdens, see how light you are. Almost like air. Almost like you could float. This lightness, this is freedom. And sleep comes very easily to the free, because there is nothing left to guard, nothing left to solve, nothing left to hold together, only rest. Deep, kind rest. Listen, the night is breathing, slowly, softly, and your breath has joined it, not separate, one rhythm, in, out, like waves returning to the shore. When a wave returns to the ocean, does it worry where it goes? No, it simply melts back into something larger. Sleep is the same. You are not disappearing. You are returning. Returning to the great quiet that has always held you. Returning to the same peace you knew as a child. Returning to the source. So there is nothing to fear, nothing unknown. You have done this every night of your life. You already know the way. My words were only a lantern on the path, but now the sky is bright enough. You no longer need the lantern. Soon, even this voice must bow and become silent, because true rest begins where words end. Before I fade, let me leave you with something simple, something to carry into sleep like a small, warm stone in your hand. You are enough, not someday, not after fixing everything. Now, as you are, tired, human, imperfect, breathing. Enough. Existence has already accepted you. The earth holds you. The air supports you. The night protects you. You belong here completely. So rest without guilt. Rest without effort. Rest as naturally as the moon rests in the sky. Feel your body one last time. Heavy, warm, safe, melting into the bed. Edges dissolving. Thoughts like distant clouds. Farther, farther, until even the idea of me grows thin, like mist at sunrise. And there is only breathing, only darkness, only peace. I am stepping back now, not leaving, just becoming silence. Like a teacher who finishes speaking and simply sits beside you while you sleep. No more guidance needed, no more words needed. The night will carry you the rest of the way, so drift, now, gently, effortlessly, like a leaf settling on still water, like a child falling asleep in loving arms, like a wave returning home to the ocean. Rest, dear one, rest.